Okay, good afternoon. Just got out of the walkthrough with the players, working on corrections from yesterday. Had a good team meeting this morning with them. Outlined our goals, what we did accomplish, what we didn't accomplish, and showed them some tape of some good things and some bad things in the game, and I thought that was really good. Talked about complementary football, how we need to do that better. Taking the ball away, protecting the football, being good in special teams and setting the field, which I thought on special teams, I think we did some good things. We had some good kickoff pin down to the 16-yard line. I thought that was good. They ended up muffing that one field goal, which, was could or could not have been a fumble, which could have made a big difference in some field position there. They called it an incomplete pass. I was going to review that play, but they came over and talked to me about it and said, hey, it's it's already replay assist. It's going to be considered an incomplete. So that's why we didn't throw the flag on that one. Overall, I thought special teams was good. Trenton hit some real good punts. Thought he outkicked the coverage a little bit sometimes. We got to put a little more hang time on there. But overall, I thought it was good there. Dante Pettis made a good decision, not to catch that one ball, hit on the 7, so typically those roll in. From there, but overall the special teams was good. As I stated yesterday, offense started out really good. Trevor did a good job of preparing, for the game. Obviously came out nice and had 10 points in the first 2 drives against a really good defense. And then our defense, did okay on that first drive. Obviously we could have got out of that drive, had some misfits there, but could have got out of that drive with that 3rd down stop. Ended up causing they called a penalty on that. We just had to play better technique there at the corner spot to finish that. But overall, the first half was competitive, and then going into the second half, like I said last night, I don't think we did much of anything. I think we need to do a better job of, focusing. Our players, I talked to them today about focusing on your alignment, assignment, key technique, staying in the moment. And I know some different guys go down. You have some other guys go down. Eddie goes down. Darnell, Mooney goes down. You have a couple of guys go down. The other guys got to step up, and the other guys have to get in different positions and operate. And I think we need to do a better job of that. That's a coach and player partnership that needs to get that done. So that was really the ball game from yesterday. So our eyes are forward now on to Packer Week. We're looking to put our best foot forward. I know we got some injury things that are up in the air for everybody, for our football team, for the media, for the fans. And again, I'll get that to you guys on Wednesday when that's time, when we have more information. But certainly looking at different lineups and what we can do to put our best foot forward and put the best product on the field on Sunday. So with that, I'll open up to questions.
Man, I'm sure you have some clarity on the 2 biggest injuries, though. Darnell Mooney and Eddie Jackson. Can you give us some timetables or severity? Yeah,
so Darnell Mooney, his ankle, and he's likely to have surgery, and he's going to be done for the season. To IR. So we'll see where that goes. We'll have more specifics and details as that comes out, but he still has to, see the doctor again, and we'll see what it is from there. But that's where it is. It's unfortunate. I talked to Darnell last night, and he was just blocking on the play. Really nice job by Demo. Obviously, you're on the 1-yard line. Typically, you're trying to, get a first down. Typically, when you see that, you see a run, right, a quick pass, and trying to dig it out of a hole so you don't get punt and pin there. But, they get field position on you. But Mooney did a great job blocking on that. It was a second effort, obviously a really good run by David. And, just the guy ended up trying to tackle him and swung around. Also those swing tackles, and his leg was there. And so we'll see where it goes from there. But that was unfortunate for him. But with Eddie, I don't know yet. We're going to find out with Eddie where it is. He has to see the doctor, and we'll get more information as we go from there.
Is there a fear that could be season-ending as well?
We don't know yet. We don't know. I mean, it's we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. We got to prepare. If it does happen that way, then we'll have to get some young guys ready to play.
Matt Borum left the game late, and we didn't know what happened to him. Any clarity on that?
Yeah, so we didn't announce anything there at the game, but it was an ankle. It was an ankle. So we'll see where that goes. It was in the 4th quarter, but we'll see where that goes.
What does that do with your offensive line? It's been in flux all year, but now you have 2 game.
Yeah, that's a good question. We'll see. Obviously, the health of Riley is we'll see what goes on during the week with that, and then we'll see next man up. Would it potentially be Leatherwood or Schofield, or what's the best combination for who's the swing tackle there? So we'll see where it goes.
Is there anything long term with Claypool or St. Brown? They both.
Again, those guys are day-to-day. So we'll see where it goes.
Going back to right tackle, would you consider moving Tevin Jenkins back over there, or are you liking where he's at right guard, kind of want to leave him there?
All combinations are up. Obviously, we've had multiple combinations this year, as you guys know. But we'll see where that goes. But we're pretty comfortable with him playing guard. So we'll see.
What do you say to the guys this morning after a game like yesterday where the score got away from you, but also just losing leaders to injury that I'm sure has a pretty bad effect on the morale of the room? How do you try to push guys past that?
Yeah, I just said I appreciate their toughness. There's a lot of guys dealing with a lot of things. Dante Pettis was throwing up before the game and, was potentially not going to be able to make it out there. So, he wasn't feeling great, so we got us some medication there, and I said, hey, can you go out there and fair catch punts? And he goes, yeah, I can do that. And then so goes out to warm-ups, and then all of a sudden he's ready to go. He had a 12-yard return, played good, had that one big catch in the middle of the field, and ended up toughing it out, and there's a lot of guys like that, a lot of different guys that were in that boat that were, toughing through some things. When you have this late bye, that's why last week I tried to give them a break. I went to walk through, and then they kind of jogged through in the second practice, and then we did the speed Friday, but just trying to get them back to the game, this late in the season. But guys are toughing it out. Again, we had a string of injuries yesterday that was unfortunate, but we've been pretty healthy all year, for the most part, I want to say. But the guys are really doing a good job of sticking together. The morale is high in the room, and the guys got their eyes forward, looking to play the Packers this week.
Well, with Jackson, you said you're still determining the extent of it. Have you ruled out an Achilles yet?
Yeah, we'll figure that out as we go on for Wednesday.
Man, how important are the actual results of the games right now, the wins and losses versus the big picture process of what you guys are trying to do?
No, I think it's what you're measured on. You're measured on the wins and losses, but we always say that the performance is a performance, the score is a score, and then we got to learn from it, So, the win and loss matters. It does matter. That's why you're in the business, to win and lose games, right? You're here to win it. And when you come up short, or when you win, you have to look at the positives and look at the things you got to correct to get better. And I do think we are getting better. Obviously the second half yesterday we had a lot of injuries and some other things happened, but I can see progress every single week in our football team, and we're excited about building this young football team. So.
Man, what's your evaluation of the HITS principle at this point of the season? Because I think that was seen as something that could help a rebuilding team max out, through injuries, rookies, trades, this and that. And frankly, I'm not sure if that's been the case.
No, I think it has been the case. If you look at the tape, I think our hustle and effort and the intensity's been there. The guys have been doing a really good job with that. Now, taking care of the ball, we're even right now, right? We're at level par there, so that's not good enough. Typically, you'd like to be in at this time of year, be in the +5 to +10 range. Again, that comes down to protecting the ball a little bit better, and also, taking the ball at a higher rate. And we need to get that done at a better job on that. But, and then being smart, I think we've played smart football. I think we've done some good things. The penalties are a little bit higher than we would like. But overall, I think we're doing a good job with the HITS principle. And that's about building the foundation. It's not just it's for everybody in the room. It's all the young players that just started out this year. It's for Justin. It's for all the guys, the guys we acquired. I think they're doing a good job with that.
Do you find that takes better in the second year? Is that part of the process too?
Well, I think foundation is huge. I think building foundation for your organization, okay, for your football team is huge, because you have to lay that foundation of what the standards are, how we operate, how we practice, how we go about our business, how we treat each other in the building, how we respect each other in the building, and that creates high morale, and that's what it is. And when the wins come, it's a different thing. You got to deal with all the praise and everything that's on top of that, and that's going to be a different issue when we get there. But that foundation is what you stand on. You stand on the effort, the intensity, the things that we stand on, the principles, and the standards for everybody. The standard that's for Justin Fields is the same guy that's at the back end of the roster. It's the same, how we operate. So that to me is important, and that's when you onboard new guys in the future. That's important that they understand that. But when you do that later in the future, they're going to have these guys to look at and say, hey, just do it like that. And because they understand how it's done, what the standard is, and I think that's very helpful for the future too.
And I know that you have said Justin Fields is day to day. Is part of the decision process there, do you guys think about the fact that there is a bye week after the Green Bay game? Or is it truly day-to-day? If he feels good, he's going to play against Green Bay?
Yeah, it's truly that. It really is. He's feeling better, and like I said yesterday, and we'll see where he is on Wednesday. He's got 48 hours here to heal up, until Wednesday, and then we'll see where it is from there. But if he's ready to go, like 100%, like I said last week, to protect himself, and play the way, he does, and perform the way he does, and the doctors clear him, Ryan and I say he looks good and he feels good about it, then it's a green light.
Are you optimistic that the second week will have given him enough time to recover?
Well, I'm always optimistic, but I would just say that we'll see where it is on Wednesday.
There was a notorious game in that stadium with the 49ers back in 2020 where they had a bunch of guys get hurt.
Yeah.
You guys have played there twice, and I know that turf across the league has been a big issue, but with the injuries you guys had yesterday, do you have concerns? You walked around on it yourself, I'm sure. Do you have concerns about the turf at that field specifically?
I would say that, I would let somebody else worry about that, but I will say this, that the player's safety, with the NFL and our organization is very important. It's very important to us. We got to make sure that we, take care of the players. And if that's adjusting surfaces throughout the league, I think that's a good idea. If it's, changing the rules, to make sure the player's safety is good, helmet-to-helmet contacts, blindside blocks, all the things that we've changed, I think that's always a positive because, the players, it's a player's game, right? That we got to keep the good players in the game. So it keeps it exciting, and we got to be mindful of the player's safety at all times.
When you talk about you're going to evaluate Justin this week and see how he feels, and he's truly day-to-day, is the fact that the opponent on Sunday is the Green Bay Packers change that equation at all? Given that you got a city full of people who want to beat them, you have people in this building.
Yep, it's Packers week, so certainly we'll have more optimism and more excitement for those decisions, but it'll still come down to see if he's ready. If he's ready, and that's going to come down to strength and mobility, and if it is that way, he's got a green light.
Mooney had a fairly slow start to the season, but what is your assessment of his growth over the season? And can you talk a little bit more about what you told him yesterday on what I'm sure was a devastating day for him?
Yeah, I think he's done a great job. Obviously it was a slow start, for everybody, but once we got going, into the offense, I think he really started to shine, and he's, outstanding, at blocking the perimeter. He had a really nice connection with Justin, throughout that stretch. He's our leading receiver, but more importantly, he's a great teammate. He's a great leader. I mean, no one puts more yards in than Darnell Mooney. I'll promise you that. He laps people. He doubles them up. So, and that's what the numbers tell me. And his speeds and his numbers are outstanding. So he works extremely hard. And what I told him yesterday was just hang in there. Things happen. And, still be around. We want you, to be around for being that leadership role and helping the younger players out. But he's a great Bear for sure.